guys, and welcome to another Witch's Boudoir / Zandra Sparks video. And today I am doing another runic design, and today's runic sign is ingwaz, which is a diamond shape, and this is all about male energy and male fertility. So it's a little bit more masculine. Today it's a very simple design. But I'm also going to be trying out a few new products that have come in this month's Glossy and Birchbox. And for those that don't know, but I will kind of reiterate this in Sunday's blog as well, I'm going to be unsubscribing from Birchbox because I want to do a few other different subscriptions over the next few months, but I will probably go back to Birchbox at a later date. So before anybody panics, I will go back to Birchbox eventually, but for the time being, I want to try a few different subscriptions. But today's blog is a makeup tutorial, and as you can probably tell, I haven't actually done my foundation, but I have done my primer, and the primer that I've used is the Revolution Ultra Face Base Primer. And this is a 24-hour makeup primer, and this is kind of a standard primer for me, but as of next week it will be changing to a different primer. So the foundation I'm going to be using is the Revolution Fast Base Foundation Stick, and this is in F4, and I'm using the Maybelline Dream foundation sponge, and this came in one of the subscription boxes for this month. I believe it was the Glossy box subscription that this came in. So I just want to see how it works and give you guys a little bit of a demonstration of how it works. Obviously, all the products from that I'll use today that are from Glossybox and Birchbox will have full reviews on my Sunday blog, because that is dedicated to their actual subscription boxes. And I will say, this foundation sponge, it's not too bad from what I can see so far. I do feel like I'm having to hold the actual sponge rather than the handle. I feel the handle's a bit too wobbly. It's not as easy to apply. But it does seem, if I hold the actual sponge, it does seem to work better. I have more control. So yeah. Yeah, I will say this sponge isn't as good as some of my other sponges that I use. Although this is a Maybelline sponge and they're meant to be really, really good, personally, I don't think it's as good as some of my others. I do feel like it's kind of absorbing a lot of the product rather than blending a lot of the product. So yeah, I also feel like I'm taking longer with my foundation to make sure it's even. So yeah, this is not a sponge that I would recommend personally. It's not as, it's not as good as what I'm used to using. I tend to use the Superdrug basic foundation sponge, and they generally cost about £1, whereas this with a little handle costs about £4.99, I believe. So yeah, personally I would stick with what I already use. But I am going to try it with the concealer as well, see if it's any different. As you know, with me and concealers, I don't really create massive pale patches. I just use it to hide a lot of the dark shadows under my eyes. I will say, for concealer, It actually works pretty well, but for foundation, it's not as great as it should be. I mean, it's dedicated as a foundation sponge, but it actually works better for concealer. So yeah, there you have my base face. So I've got my primer, foundation and concealer on. So yeah, I do look kind of pale. That's normal for me. You know, I'm usually quite pale anyway. So next I will be creating my look today. And today I'm kind of creating a few little different tweaks. So firstly I'm going to do my eyeshadow, and I'm using the MUA Silent Disco eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to be using this pale blue, which is called Psychedelic. And the reason I'm using this is because I'm creating a little bit of a different lip look today, because I want to create something a bit more fun and creative. And I will apologise if you can hear the TV. Bart's sat watching some cartoons, so some entertaining. And having just said that, he's decided to run through and crash through everything. Life. This is how my life is every day anyway, so it's fun. So next I will be doing my waterline, and as always I'm using my Miss Sporty Pump Up Booster Col Kajar. And yes, this is my standard waterline product. So that is my waterline done, and yes, very quick, easy waterline as always. Next I will be doing my design and lash line, and for this I will be using the MUA Eye Define Soft Felt Tip Liquid Liner. And the reason I'm using this is because it's kind of become my standard to use. It's just a nice liner to use. And obviously I'm not creating a winged look because I want to do the design here. So yeah. Hey, you Bart. So yeah, that is my lash line done. And obviously the design itself is a diamond shape, so it's very easy to do. So it's very quick, it's very easy. Bear with me, my son wants me to check something. So yeah, as I was saying, it's a very simple design. It's literally just a diamond shape. And to start the design, I'm literally going to place a dot where I want the top point to be. So that's where the top point will be. And I'm going to make it a little easier, create a bottom point, and the corner eye is going to be the third point. So yeah, that is kind of like my template. And literally I'm just going to like join these dots together. So it's a bit like dot to dot, but with makeup. So there we have it. That is the diamond shape. And obviously you can add more things to it. You can add bindies to it. You can colour it in. You can add glitter. But I'm just going to keep it simple. So that is the look today. And to finish the eye look off, I'm using Dossier's Punk Volume Mascara. This came in, I believe, the Birchbox this month. But again, this will get a full review in Sunday's blog. I'm just using it to see how it goes and just kind of see if I like it or not. And I will say from first impressions, this actually works quite well. It does seem to have quite a deep volume. It probably worked better with false eyelashes as well. But at the moment, it does seem to be working pretty well with my eyelashes. So yeah, that is my lashes done. Obviously I will tell you what products I've used and where they've come from, if they are from like Birchbox or Glossybox, in my blog, which is Boudoir. So next I'm going to be doing my highlighter, and this is the CLE Essence Moonlight Cushion Hybrid Shining Technology, and this is actually in the Copper Rose. And again, this came in this month's Birchbox, and it comes with a lovely little sponge. So I'm just going to be like trying it out, seeing how it works, if it works well for me. So yeah, it's a nice pretty colour. It's probably going to be a little bit paler than what I'm used to. Actually, it's quite a nice colour. Obviously, as you guys know, I use highlighter as almost like a contouring tool. And I will say for the colour, although it's a bit paler than what I usually use, it is quite nice. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it stands out with the blushes that I use. Obviously, I'm going to be using my standard blusher, which is the California by Benefit, which is what I'm literally going to do. But so far, that highlighter doesn't look too bad. It is a bit paler than what I'm used to, but it's quite nice. So So yeah, blusher, I'm using the California by Benefit. So yeah. I will say with this blusher, it does kind of tone in quite well. It doesn't look too harsh or too pale. Um, so yeah, this could be a new highlighter that I get into using. So yeah. So that is my highlighter and blusher done. And next I'm going to be doing my lipsticks. And my lipsticks today, obviously I said I was going to try something different and fun. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see that a few days ago I created a lipstick that was kind of like a mermaid type lipstick colour, and I'm going to recreate that on video. And obviously I'm going to be using a couple of products that you may have seen on my Instagram page before, which is the Marc Cosmetic lipsticks. And I'm going to be using the Mermaid Tail, which is a blue shade, and the Silver Charm, which is obviously silver. So to start with, I'm going to literally draw so far with blue. And then I'm going to be using the silver. And before anybody panics, I will be blending these in together. So yeah, I'm literally just going to take a brush, and this is one of my oval brushes. I believe this one can be used for lips as well as eyeshadow, but I'm going to be using it for lips. So there we have it. Sorry I wasn't really like talking about how to do this, but literally it is creating the two-tone look, and obviously the silver becomes more predominant the more you blend it out. So yeah, that is kind of the look for today. I wanted something that was a bit fun, a bit more creative, and obviously doing like runic signs, I thought it'd be a bit fun to create with this. So as you can see, this is the end look, and obviously with creative lips as well. I will put a description of all the products you used in my blog, The Witch's Boudoir, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Zamja Sparks, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye!